Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. Today, I will be covering our new generator tool called Web Apps. In this particular session, I will be focusing more on the operators. So I will show you how to capture some leads via your website by using our web app plugin that you can have on your website, okay? So first of all, my name is Katina. I am a regional sales manager here on Avinode, and I will be conducting this webinar today along with my colleague, Robin. He is the Senior Growth Marketing Manager, and he will be helping me with your questions at the end of the session. So feel free to send over your questions via chat on the webinar tool, or I believe that there is a section that actually says ask questions. We also recommend to please use Google Chrome since it's the best thing to use for this webinar tool that we're using today. The agenda for today is I'm starting at 1:30. The main purpose of this session is to show you how our web apps will empower your brand, will help you generate more leads, and how you can build and customize in seconds. So again, please feel free to answer any questions you may have via chat, and we will take care of those questions towards the end of this session. So this is our demo website, and we're using it, of course, for demo purposes. But the main goal of this tool is to actually put it on your own website. So what is a web app, you may be asking? Well, what we call a web app is a lead generator tool that can be applied on your website by the use of Avinode's data or your own aircraft. So it's basically having Avinode search, but on your website. So let's say an end client is on your website right now, and they want to search for either a one-way, round trip, multi-city itinerary, or even empty legs. They can do so quickly by using this tool, and then they will get results. So you have different options on how to set up this web app. Since you are all operators, you can either have the option to just show your fleet, which is basically just showing your aircraft on the search results, or you can choose to show all of Avinode's data, which means that you will always show aircraft results on the search. We highly recommend using all of Avinode's data, because if your aircraft is, for example, down for maintenance or unavailable to do a flight, maybe it's an international flight and because of cabotage you can't do it, you will always have some results on your website. So end client will always see that you are available and you can quote them on that trip that they're looking for. So many things to mention on this web app. First is that it is mobile friendly. So if someone goes in your website via cell phone or another mobile device, such as an iPad, for example, they will see this web app fit accordingly to the screen. So they don't have to readjust the screen to see the web app. It will do it itself. Another added benefit is that we have multiple currencies. So if they want to do a search in another currency, they can select it here. Maybe, they speak Spanish, so they can quickly select the Spanish flag here, and then it will automatically translate the web app to Spanish. You can also customize this web app. Maybe your website is blue with gray or red. You can change the colors, you can change the fonts, you can get creative and change it and adjust it accordingly within the parameters that we have within the settings. If you would like something more custom tailored, custom made to what you would like to have, that would be an app, for example, that you want to create. Then we also have another solution, which is our APIs. And if you're interested in that solution, again, feel free to contact me at the end of the session or send me an email, and then I can give you more information on the different solutions for apps that we have. So going back to this web app, let's change it back to English. And we can search, let's do a search, for example, from New York. So if the end client doesn't know the airport code, they can simply click on the city name or the country, and we will give some results here for them to choose from. I will put Opa-locka just for this example. And then something else that I forgot to mention, they could do all of these searches, one-way, round-trip, multi-city. And MTLEX is an additional web app that we're offering, which will show all MTLEX that are posted on Avinode that are close to, if not the same as what they input as a requested itinerary. Then, they can put the date here, the time, and the number of passengers. So let's run a search and see the results. So here, end client will see results. They can either see aircraft types or categories, and you can customize this accordingly. So if you're showing your own fleet and then and you're available for this route, we will read your schedule and then we will show your fleet. If you're using all of Avinode's data, then you will show as we're showing here. And then you can pick and choose if you want to show aircraft categories or aircraft types. Very user-friendly. We will show the passengers. We will show the estimated flight time for that itinerary. And we will show an estimated price before taxes and fees. So you can either choose to show pricing or you can hide the pricing. So whichever way you prefer. And this pricing is a starting price. It comes from the cheapest rate on Avinode. So if you were to do an Avinode search right now, the cheapest rate for the turboprop will be shown here, plus a commission. So they're not seeing the cost price or the wholesale price of Avinode, but they're seeing a price that already has a commission for you. And you can set up this commission percentage as you prefer on the settings that I will review later on. If I click on this question mark, I can see quickly a description of what we consider a turboprop. Notice how we also show the pictures, but the pictures are just stock photos. They do not have the aircraft tail numbers. They're just generic photos here. And I can quickly, end client can quickly request an itinerary. They will fill out their name, their email, their phone number, and any specific message that they want to send out. By hitting sending inquiry, we can see that this was sent out. So you will receive at this point an email notifying of this request. So you quickly know that you received a request that came from the web app on your website. Another place where we display this request is under your Avinode account, trips, client leads. So here I can see that Katina Tomasello sent out a request for an itinerary from Teterboro to Opa-locka. And if I click to expand, I can see the aircraft that she requested, and the estimated price that Avinode gave. And then from this point on, you can quote your own aircraft, or if you need to source out on Avinode because your aircraft is not available to do this flight, you can quickly click on search here, and it will automatically take you to the aircraft search on Avinode, pre-fill an itinerary for you, so you don't have to worry about that, and show you all aircraft that are available to do that search. So at this point on, for you to send out a request to different operators, just simply click here, click send request, type in your message, and click send request. So that will be the complete workflow for the web app. Next, I would like to show you the settings on the web app. So how to change and customize the colors, the fonts, and all the fun stuff. Simply go to company, and then you will have a tab called app settings. So here, you can set all the settings for your web app. For example, the commission that I was mentioning, in this case is 10%. If you have a privacy policy, you can upload it here. Then on the second tab is the embedded code. So this is just to show you how simple it is to install this web app. If you have a web developer, what we will do once you're ready to move forward is send you this coding here, and that web developer will simply paste that into your website. We also offer the option for you to add your Google Analytics ID if you have one. And this is great because you could track those leads that come from the web app into your Google Analytics. So if you have that, we offer that option as well. The next tab is the web UI. So this is where we will be changing the look and feel of the web app. We have this font, but you can choose from different fonts here. The color, notice how we have it green and gray, but you could simply come here and let's say your website is red and gray. So you can change the theme color to be red, and notice how it will give you a preview of how it will look like if it was red. And then if you want to be very specific and you have, the color, the code of the color that you would like to use, then you can type it in here. We also have more settings under the advanced settings with all the different sections where you could change the color. And if you scroll a little lower, here is where you can choose to either show categories or aircraft types. You can also choose to either show pricing or hide pricing. Next, we have languages. So at this moment, we have all these languages set up on this web app, but you can create new and add different languages on this section. Next is aircraft categories. So right now, how we have it set up is just turboprop, light-jet, midsize, and heavy. But you can create another category, for example, let's say piston, and you can have it added here to be displayed on the web app. So that's basically the main functionality and settings of the web app. If you have any questions about it that you want to, please let me know. We can answer those. Here is my contact information and my colleague Robin's contact information as well. So feel free to send me an email or give me a call if this is something that you would like to have on your website, so we can help you out with the setup and everything you need to have it, okay? So thank you again for listening, and have a wonderful day.